Hey poopsies, back at it again with another video. Subscribe, tap the bell, hit all notifications, and check my website tonybomboni.com so I can do your own personal custom tarot readings. I do offer 15-minute, 30-minute, and 1 hour long tarot readings right here at this very desk. You get your own custom reading in your email inbox within a day or two. So go check it out. It's hands down the best way to help fund and support this YouTube channel to keep the lights on, keep me going every day. All right, also make sure you continue to listen to my ASMR albums. Thank you guys so much for listening on places like Spotify and many more other places. Also, check out my online course. All the links are below, all right? I can't wait to see you all there. So today I'm doing something a bit different. No tarot, no coffee cup, no candle wax reading. It's going to be just me sitting here intuitively channeling, intuitively predicting for you what the outcome is going to be, or more so what you're currently going through, anything you need to know, spiritual messages, general intuitive reading, tapping into your energies. So we're going to begin that after I'm done brushing your face with this pink feather, because why not? All right. So, I'm just going to tap in and channel. I'm just going to sit here, close my eyes, and see if I can recall whatever you're going through. Just picking up on your energies for all my poopsies. All right, so the first thing I'm getting at is hardship. It feels financial because I see the pentacles. They're showing me pentacles. And it's like, I see like even the pentacle gets smaller and smaller and it shrinks. So it feels very confined, restrained. Maybe you feel like you are confined and restrained right now financially, or it's just, it doesn't feel anything. I don't feel like a bad energy to it. It's just more like a temporary thing. It feels very temporary. Not a bad energy. Let's see what else. I feel like someone you know, someone's gonna come through and help you out of that situation. Someone comes through and helps you. It's almost like a miracle. It's almost like unexpected. Maybe I feel like they offer you a job. They could be maybe loaning you money. It doesn't feel like they're just giving you money, they're loaning you money. For some of you, this also indicates you have money, but it's more so like, obviously, you know, sometimes you need a loan or two, you know, to pull some credit to buy something, you know, as long as you can reasonably pay it back. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not against building debt if it either makes you more money or makes you happy, whatever, you know. But I feel like this person like opens a door. I see an open doorway. They open a way for you when there is none. A way when there's none. Something with the cafeteria, something with food. I would be careful of cafeteria food. Cafeteria food. I don't know why I'm getting that impression all of a sudden, but I feel like there's something, like fruits mostly, like apples, something with like, maybe they're not that fresh. Or you bite into like a rotten piece, or something is just rotten, like maybe in the middle, I don't know, of a fruit, and you don't see it, like it looks, I don't know. When does that ever happen? That a fruit's like rotten more on the inside first than the outside? It's usually outside in, right? I don't know. Something, so definitely like round, something round or close to it, but it's irregular shape. It's kind of like a apricot would be like a regular round shape. More like an apricot seed, but obviously you can't eat that. So it's like a fruit in that shape, sort of like an apricot seed. That's what I'm seeing. Apricot seed shape, fruit. Bad, mold, rotten. But in general, something with that cafeteria, I don't like how they're preparing the food. I don't think it's the most fresh food. I know that sounds weird, but I'm just tapping in, like, just, you don't want to get, sick or stomach pain, food poisoning. So just be precautious if you go to a specific, like at work, school. I mean, there's cafeterias all over. They have like a cafeteria at IKEA. Like, just be careful, be mindful. I know they have rules and regulations for food, but I don't like this place. It feels like, it's not old and musty. It's just, I can't put my explanation. Just be skeptical. Smell your food, touch it. If it's slimy, use your intuition. Sometimes you can put your hands over the food, pray over it, meditate over it. I see an older lady, feels like a grandmother / grandmother vibes. She's wearing a long, like, cloak almost, or a dress of sorts. Long cloak / dress. And it's like, I can't pinpoint color because it's almost like a color we don't see. This tells me their ancestor, they've passed on. If it's a beautiful color, it's like a mix of yellow, orange, and green. I can't explain it. Mix of orange. It's a color we cannot physically see with our eyes. I have to emphasize that. They're passed on. Or observer, meaning they've never incarnated here physically, but they're just witnessing. No, I feel like they have incarnated. They've incarnated. Absolutely. But they're advanced, right? They're advanced soul now. They're more advanced. So I feel like they're sort of giving that mother, nurture, protection energy, sort of like fire sign energy. Nurture. Obviously, there's no such thing as zodiac sign when it comes to soul, but I'm sure they were one when they came down here. So I'll read back everything at the end, just to kind of review and put the pieces together, okay? Let me get a glass of water. Give me a second. I feel like they're observing humanity. I don't know whose grandmother this was. Maybe that recently passed on. But I feel like they're definitely in a better place. They're in a good position. And their job now is to just watch over and just kind of, they have their own little jobs and tasks of being responsible for, hey, this person's about to hurt themselves. You ever read books on angels and stuff? Like, that's what they do. That's their job. You never know, that might be in your next incarnation. And sometimes you have to be the angelic that comes to earth. But anyway, that's another story. But that's what she's telling me, right? It's almost like she's talking as if I'm talking as her. And she's saying, some of you have, I'm getting a little emotional because every time I tap into angel energies, I know I am by how emotional I get. And I feel like that's some of your job to do next. Like some of you are next to do that. Okay, so some of you are next to be angels. And some of you will have to come back, so some must return. All right. Just like a boss, they're showing me like a lot. Just like a boss. Actually, there's several guides coming through, but I'm more tapping into her. She's tapping into her guides and then connecting with me. It's like a boss assigning you a job, and you have a job to do. Boss, God, universe, source energy, right? You have a task. Okay, next you have to do this. Next you have to go in this dimension. Okay, next you have to help this person out. They're about to be in a car wreck. So the angels do that. They're like, oh, let's save this person's life. It's not their time to go yet. If they die now, this will mess up the timeline of everything else in order of the universe. So we don't always know why. Even we have to get into accidents. But then it's like, ooh, you have to get in that accident with that person in the car, because if you stay friends with them too long, that's going to mess up 10 years from now how things are going to look in the world. Butterfly effect. It makes sense? Makes sense. So they're trying to tell you, like, forgive yourself already. Literally, like, forgive yourself already. Because some things are out of your control. Sometimes we have to have a loved one pass on to realize that they had to for a higher reason. That you do not comprehend at this moment right now as a human being with our human mind and our human hearts. But it makes sense in the long run, and you will thank them later. You will know why when it's your time to go too, okay? So it will add up later on. Yeah, so I think that's what she's saying. Thank you. She's saying thank you. She's doing this kind of like prayer hand motion, and she's parting ways with us. So thank you so much. I feel like literally this is going to sound crazy, but her name is Angela, like angel, like a angel, right? Angela. It's kind of funny, but she just said Angela. So I'm like, oh, okay. I don't think there's any link to angel, but maybe. It's just a coincidence in my gut feeling. All right. What else are we seeing? Give me a second. This is funny. Don't laugh at me. I'm seeing food again. I'm not hungry. I just ate. I'm seeing cornbread. What does cornbread have to do with you? Are you making cornbread? Some of you are eating too much that type of food, starchy foods. Be careful. Oh, that's why they told me, that's why they're like, when I was eating, I ate just like a boiled potato, a boiled chicken. Sometimes I like plain stuff. It's good for you to it's almost like a form of fasting to eat like really plain, little to no, like my only seasoning nowadays is salt and pepper, honey. Okay. Like I don't play with all them seasonings that hurt my stomach again. No, thank you. So, sometimes it's a form of fasting to eat plain boiled rice, potato, chicken, like plain, okay? Plain Jane. And I like it. I enjoy it very much. I like the taste of like boiled products. Just nothing. Just that. Just pure boiled. It's good for you. And that's why I'm a tea drinker. I like it a lot. But anyway, maybe you feel the same. But they're encouraging you. But unfortunately, potatoes, very starchy. So that's why they were like telling me like, stop eating starch. And I'm like, why did they just say that? And now I get it. And they're coming through and reminding me of that again. I'm like, because sometimes they show me things an hour before a session. They show me things for you guys all the time. All the time. Before you book a session, I'll come up with some download. And an hour later, you book my service. And I'm like, reading the message. I'm like, that's why. We're all connected. Cornbread and starch. Avoid for now. At least don't overdo it. Yeah, have a potato here and there. Have a serving of rice here and there. Have a pasta here and there. But don't every day pasta, potato, rice. Beans are okay. I mean, isn't that like a vegetable? What else? Cornbread. Bread. bread in general, right? That's what they're getting at. But cornbread is also sweet. They're also telling you, careful what you put in the cornbread. Because it's not enough to avoid that shady cafeteria. You have to avoid your own actions to control them and understand that what you are consuming, you're responsible for. I had too much spicy food 2 months ago, and I suffered the wrath for a month after. A month. Probably lifetime. I probably did lifetime damage. I'm not even aware of. So there's a consequence to every action, you see. So they're reminding you and me to avoid certain meals. I think, vegetables are cute, but don't just stick to fruits and vegetables either, okay? Unless you have a well-balanced thing going for you. You supplement for it. You talk to your physician and nutrition about that, not me. I'm just here to warn you that starch, it's like, it's not the heaviness that's the issue, because you don't really feel heavy after, I think. Or bloating, it's more, maybe bloating, maybe like bubbling. There's something bubbling inside you, bubbling. And I'm worried for you because I feel like it also affects your, like your tissues, maybe even your bones, because you can't just get nutrients from butter and potatoes. You can, but you can't at the same time. You need some more oomph to your food. I think that's it. They're linking health again, so they're talking again about health. They're saying stop overdoing it. I don't know what you're overdoing, but they're saying like even too much, and this might be the first time you hear it, because you ever hear that expression, if you complain that you don't have time to meditate more, right? But there's too much even meditation, in my honest opinion. You get lightheaded, you get too out there, you're not grounded. Well, there's different kinds of meditation for grounding, for this, whatever, okay? It's still all out there, all right? You're not here anymore, you feel like dissociated. So even there's too much meditation, too much yoga, I'm telling you, everything in balance. Don't overdo it. Don't think, I'm going to have to do this 7 hours a day. No, okay? Maybe at least 7 minutes. I wouldn't do that short. Maybe like 15 minutes, an hour, A lot of people say an hour is a good amount of time. But anyway, don't overdo what you are doing at this time. That's it. They're showing me, also like exercise. But if you don't eat enough, you might as well not exercise. You have to eat more when you exercise more. The more you exercise, the more you have to eat. No? Because you need more fuel for that car that went further. No? Am I stupid? Am I wrong? I don't know. That's just common sense, I think. Don't regret. Don't live in regret. Some of you are living in a lot of regret. I don't know why they're showing me painful passions. Painful passions. It's like you get passionate about someone, then you're in pain again. It's like you meet someone, you love them, they hurt you, you break up, all over again. Painful passions. If there was a chapter of a storybook in your life, one would be called Chapter 7, Painful Passions. Because that's you. It's like you're replaying certain things. But don't regret that you played those things. Because again, you don't know how you impacted someone's life. You don't know. You don't know that you had to meet them so they can avoid maybe, God forbid, that car accident. Does that make any sense? And we all know how bad accidents are, because sometimes there's loss of multiple lives, multiple different cars, people. So you just having, let me put it this way. Would you rather break up with your partner now or be in a horrible wreck or be involved in one, obviously you would choose the breakup. Which hurts more? Exactly. So I know that's extreme, an extreme example, but this is how extreme I have to be because I feel like you've been like this for so long. I feel like you've been living and sitting and wallowing. I'm sorry, I have to be honest. I don't want you to feel this. This is why I'm trying to be here for you. Don't regret. Regret. That's it. I'm seeing a witch. I don't know why. It's like she's brewing something. It's like purple. This feels like a global collective energy. There's this lady, I don't know what it is. She doesn't have the best of intentions for us. Doesn't have our best interest at heart. I think she's like trying to stop the divine feminine from coming through. We're transitioning from masculine to feminine. This is why even more men are becoming slimmer, smaller, more feminine. Get it? We're all connected to the earth. The earth is shifting her vibration. It'll make sense in years from now. You won't get it now. It's fine. Neither do I, honestly. But she's like more masculine, so she's trying to stop that. She's like this evil witch, and she's like putting like a spell on the planet. I feel like it's an otherworldly being, and they're trying to like stop her. I don't know how to explain that. Because again, there's influences outside of our control, outside of our comprehension. We have to respect that. If we think this is all there is on this earth, we're poorly mistaken. There's way more to life than just here. Obviously. That's why there's like unexplainable forces. You ever see that like security footage of like someone's about to get hit by a car and then a light just swoops and like moves them out of the way? Yeah. So obviously there's more to life than just what's here and meets the eye. But unfortunately we live as seeing is believing. So like if we don't see it, we don't buy it. Or we think it's photoshopped or, you know. Adobe Premiere Pro edits. Let me give you a better example. A person who said they had no chance to live. They have no chance to survive, and then they live and survive, and they start walking again. Yeah, there's otherworldly help. I don't know why I'm using so many extreme examples, but I feel like this is what a lot are going through. They're hearing about extreme. Also kind of having to do with back with health again, but more like I think I'll make this its own category. Yeah. Number 9, extreme events, question mark, body issues, it's more like body, could be body identity, like how you perceive yourself, how you view yourself in the mirror, but also stuff that comes through that you would not have ever dreamed possible that you would have been going through, or you hear someone going through. Impossible becoming reality. School, they're showing me school now. Obviously, some of you are starting school. I won't write that down, but October, something with October. Either there's going to be like a cancellation, a delay, a pause of some sort. Something gets held back. Canceled. It feels more like canceled. Like out of the blue, like literally. A lot of you, it's like either a school play or a gathering, a meeting, a grouping of sorts, something like that. Well, okay, I don't know why they're coming through, but Andromeda is coming through. An Andromedan being. They're sending you guys healing. Let's all put our hands like this and heal. Just heal everyone in the world. They're sending their blue light out of their palms. It's like a silvery light blue color. I can't explain it. Again, there's colors we don't even see. We're all healing each other. Something with respiration. They keep reminding me this is how they say breathing. Respirate. I think they're helping assist changing the particles in the air that we breathe. And that's that silvery white blue color. It's like almost it's mixing with our. It's more not the oxygen, but in part of the, you know how air is not just oxygen, it's like many other chemicals, but also other stuff. There's always like stuff in our air, pollen, smoke, someone's breath, you know, there's always stuff we can't see, microparticles, life. There's even life in the air. We don't see it, but if you zoom in on the air itself, there's actually little microparticles. You don't even see it and you're breathing it all the time. So they're mixing with that. It's like they're either replacing some pieces of it or just that light is able to kind of, so it elevates our vibration, makes us healthier, and they encourage us to go outside more. Specifically walk or run outside. Also specifically when it's a bit colder, not when it's hot, okay? When it's a bit colder, I think that helps it stick more. I don't know how to explain that. This is all allegedly entertainment purposes only. Take what you will, leave what you won't. This is just for sleep and relaxation, okay? I'm just a channel. I'm not claiming anything as factual. Let's see if we tap into anything else. Okay, so they're already showing me next year. I don't mean to creep you out, but the first thing they say is like it's about to go down. 2024. It's going down. Like fast. Like I'm talking like January, February. That was a vital year. It's like they're just waiting eagerly for that year to hit. And then it's like they can work in our favor. Who they is, beings from above. All right. There's something about 2024 that, again, is either going to be a beautiful year or it's going to go terribly. That's based on how you perceive your reality. Okay? So if these changes are exciting for you, you'll be excited. Thus, why will you have a bad year if you're excited? If you get trapped in terrifying feelings, what you may hear, see, and experience personally, especially for the weak, sensitive, and vulnerable, will be a very hard time. So you need to be, the weak, vulnerable need to be, meaning like, I feel like the elderly, physically disabled, or just someone who's hypersensitive needs to be around a tough, stronger, encouraging, positive, uplifting, motivating type of person. Okay? So to be able to handle what's coming, not even handle, even just begin to process or grasp the tip of this pen. We can only conceive this on this earth. We don't see the rest of the tip. We don't see this base and how long it is, and we don't see the fuzzy end at the end of it. Does that make sense? So, protected. They're showing like this, like a big hug and a guard, like a strong individual to protect you. Even what you listen on YouTube, they're saying, make sure it's inspiring. Make sure they're not always just telling you what's bad. They're also feeding you back what's good. At least half and half. It has to be at least half and half, 50-50. Good and bad. Preferably more good than bad, but it has to be at least 50-50 what they share with you, good and bad, so that it can kind of start to resonate with your higher self as we evolve further into this fuzzy pen. Okay. Protection. 50-50 good news. That's all right there. I see a lot. It's funny I say sand because there's actually sand here, but they're showing me sand. I'm not kidding. Like a sand dust, like a dust bowl of sand, like literally sand being blown around. If you live around a desert, arid environment, be careful. I would say it's going to get blown around a lot and affect your breathing. That's also part of like first thing 2024 hits. I feel like that hits too. Like you're going to hear about like this big sandstorm. In multiple places, not just one. Like 3-4 places, major key places. And that's going to affect like, oh my God, I hope not, like ports, cargo, oh my gosh. Like shipping. More delays there. The earth is changing, so like just realize that you cannot predict where the water is going to move, where the quake's going to hit, where the ash is going to go. So you just have to be ready to move, is what they're saying. Be open to move. Be open to change. And this is why you need others around you. Again, I can't stop emphasizing this. Most of us will be okay. Next year specifically. I'm not saying for future years. I'm saying next year specifically. Most of us will be okay. All right? Things will somehow continue to flow. Surprisingly, I still think we have an economy. Even though it feels like it's dwindling, we still have some form of, that's the next point, I feel like, economy. We still have some economy next year. It may not feel like it though. For maybe some of you, 20%. It's going to be like maybe worse or really bad, but the rest is going to be either the same or just still flowing. It's like, obviously there's always going to be a few that it gets even better, but mass majority is going to be pretty much the same, I think, as this year. I don't foresee much change in terms of money. It's pretty, there's a sense of like stagnancy, stillness, leveling off. it's not until more the end of next year, I feel like we start to hear about major changes. And these things take time, okay? Yeah, it's going to go by really fast. Some of you are already going to start perceiving a new reality for yourself. That could mean literally just, for most, it's literally just meaning you're already seeing the bright side ahead, down a long dark tunnel, right? You're seeing something new that you didn't before. This is going to be the year of that. Opportunity will strike. I would take it. Okay, if someone offers you that interview, that deal, take it. It will strike, but you must grab it ASAP. All right? It's not going to wait for you. It's not going to wait for you. That's honestly all I'm seeing for today. So let's review. That's all you needed to know, I guess. So hardship, financial hardship. Saw the Pentacles, confined, restrained. It's temporary, not a bad energy. And they linked this with the last point too, like something with the economy. Like it's not gonna last. The hardship is gonna change if you take that opportunity when it comes. Do not wait or delay. Or think about it. This includes a relocation, selling your house, and moving. 2, someone comes through and helps you. A miracle, unexpected help, offering you a job, loaning you money, open a doorway, a way when there's none. 3, cafeteria food, apples, apricot seed-shaped fruits that are bad, moldy, and rotten. Make sure it's fresh food. 4, older lady, grandmother vibes, long cloak and dress, mix of orange, yellow, green. She's passed on, but an observer. They incarnated here before. Their mother, nurture vibe, also fire sign energy. They're observing humanity, and some of you are next to incarnate as an angel. Some of you have to return. But I feel like a lot of you return as an angelic too. So it's like you become angelic and then you return as that to help further assist, elevate the energies of humanity collectively. It will add up later on. Whatever that, I forgot what that meant, but it will add up later on. It will make sense later on. Her name was Angela. Number 5, cornbread. Starchy, avoid foods like it's too starchy. Like not always, like you don't have to always like go cold turkey. Just don't eat every day starch. It causes bubbling in your stomach, your body, like tissues, bones. Like I literally saw like boiling tissue, like literally like bubbling. Like it's not good. And you need better other nutrients for your bones, not just bland food like that. You need more oomph to your food, health. Don't overdo what you are doing, including diet, exercise, etc. 7, don't regret. Stop living in these painful passions. You create what you create. 8, witch. I don't know what it said, but I think it said burning, and then it's like a purple color. There's something she's burning. A global collective vibe. It doesn't have our best interest at heart, this witch. She's trying to stop the divine feminine, and she's an otherworldly being. 9, extreme events, body issues, but also self-image issues. Impossible becoming reality. So what you didn't think would have happened to you or someone else now suddenly becomes real. School, something with October gets canceled, delayed, paused, held back, maybe with a school play or meeting, a gathering, a grouping of sorts, and it's out of the blue, unexpected. Andromeda, the Andromedan being telling us to respirate more, breathe. They're charging our particles in the air with a silver, blue, white. Forgot to write that down. Energy. It elevates our vibration, makes us healthier, and we're encouraged to walk and run outside. 2024, sorry. Freudian slip, oops. Number 12, 2024. It's going down. Weak, vulnerable, needs strong individuals for protection. You need to hear at least 50-50 good news. Something with a sandy dust storm. If it affects ports, cargo, shipping, be ready to move. Be open to change. Most of us will be okay. Number 13, economy. Money is more stagnant for most of you. Major change end of the next year. Really fast this year will go by. You're going to start perceiving a new reality, and opportunity will strike. You need to grab at it ASAP. God bless, love and light. Sign up for my newsletter, TonyBomboni.com. Use that 20% off coupon code Tony2 for future bookings for life if you like to use. Subscribe, tap the bell, hit all notifications if you enjoyed this session. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hope you like this. Let's see if it comes true.